back to my channel today, and we are doing a brand new Sims 4 speed build. And so today I am building something that I have not built in a very long time, and that's kind of like a Mediterranean type of build in Oasis Springs. And I have not built in Oasis Springs in a very long time, but recently, a couple days ago, I uploaded a video around my new shell challenge. And this shell is actually what it is. So if you didn't see that video, I will leave a link down below in the description in case you want to try out my new shell challenge and see what you can do with the new kit or any packs that you have to your disposal. By all means, you do not need the new kit to do my shell challenge. I think I said that in the video, but again, you don't need the new kit to do my shell challenge. It's just kind of inspired by it for the shape. But anyway, I am beyond happy lately because I've been uploading videos daily for the past 4 or 5 days ish, and it's been a pure joy for me because I've been getting a lot more work done and a lot more builds out and just going with the flow. Like, I'm not overwhelming myself at all, but I'm just having a lot of time on my hands where I can do those quote unquote daily upload videos. And by all means, it's not going to be a constant thing of me uploading daily because one, cannot handle that at all. But I wanted to give it a try again because the last time I uploaded daily videos was like 3 or 4 years ago. And all I know back then, I was very stressed out and couldn't really handle the daily upload schedule. And I just kind of uploaded whenever I felt like it and where I felt the most happiest. And so now that I'm like out of school and I don't have work anymore, and YouTube and Twitch is my full-time job, and it's the best job I've ever had. And so I am beyond more happy to be able to create things that I want to enjoy, but also you all enjoy as well. And I know for a fact that you all want to see tutorial videos, so there will be some videos that you'll be seeing in the next couple of days or so where I build a house, like a step-by-step tutorial on how to build a Sims 4 house in my style, or how to build a house in general. And then I'll do like some tips and tricks videos as well, because I've been kind of in the groove of doing tutorials again. And I've been the more self-conscious doing them way before, like years ago, because I didn't really know how to build. I didn't really know what to say or how to do. And I just feel like I wasn't really good enough of a, I guess, YouTuber to make those type of videos, even though I did them before. I think it was like the mindset that I had at the time that I didn't really feel like I was good enough to make those. But now I feel like I have a good state of mind to do them. And so hopefully you guys will like them. I did do a Sims 2 build tutorial on how to build a Sims 2 perfect suburban house. So if you like the Sims 2 or you played the Sims 2 and you still play it, then that tutorial video is for you. But there will be one for the Sims 3 and Sims 4. There'll be a lot more Sims 4 tutorials since it's like brand new, and there's a lot more you can do in build mode that you can't do in the other games. But let me tell you, I'm so excited for so many videos to come, especially with the new game pack that we're getting. Like, if you didn't see the game pack trailer, you're missing out. Like, I, as a builder, that is literally my dream pack. Like, it screams HGTV and Mr. K wrapped into one game pack, but in The Sims. And we're getting it June 1st. And so we have like a couple more weeks, like a week left until it releases. And I'm just like very, very excited to try out the new kitchen. Mostly the new kitchen attire, like kitchenware, like the stove, the countertop stoves, the refrigerator, like the countertops, like everything in that pack is literally my dream. So I cannot wait to start using it in my apartments and my family homes, more specifically my family homes. I don't necessarily really see them in like my old generic builds, like abandoned builds. Well, I could put those in my abandoned builds if I wanted to. And this build that you're seeing right now, you can actually find it on the gallery under the hashtag SpringSims, or my origin ID, which is SpringSims. So all the stuff you'll see in this video are all linked down below in the description. But ultimately, I wanted to make sure that I knew what I was doing with this build, because I didn't really necessarily know head on how I was going to make it. At first, I was going to make a Moroccan build with a courtyard on the inside, but that didn't work out so well for me because I don't really know the Moroccan architectural style. So I kind of just went with what I knew, but I for sure will down the line will do a Moroccan build. I'll do more research before I actually make a fool of myself and make something not really Moroccan style. So one day that build will come around, probably when the new game pack comes out, because let's be real here, the design decorator or design home decorator game pack is top tier. Of course there'll be a video about like what my thoughts are for it, but I don't know. I just am so over the moon with what I'm creating nowadays. And I don't know if that comes across in my videos or not, but I'm very happy because I've been watching Netflix shows, and Netflix kind of makes me calm, cool, and collected, or I can just chill and vibe and watch TV shows. Like right now, it's not on Netflix, but I'm watching HBO Max like right now with some TV shows. I'm watching The Nanny right now, and I'm basically only a few more episodes left in of the series before it's completely over. And so now I'm like, what TV shows should I even watch while I build? Because usually when I build in The Sims, whether it's Sims 2, 3, or 4, I usually watch a lot of TV shows, and I'm running out of TV shows like Grey's Anatomy. That's ending soon. I mean, season 18 won't come out for a long while, but I'm like, Grey's Anatomy, I can't watch that anymore because I'm basically all caught up, and I have to wait next week or 2 weeks in advance to see the next episode. But that's over. I could watch Gilmore Girls again. I could watch other TV shows like Supernatural. I might get back into because that series is over. And so now I can probably watch from the very beginning and have a long series to watch while I build or create Sims or build a new storyline for my Sims. I don't know. So if you have any like recommendations for any like videos that I should do, or any any recommendations for like videos or TV shows that I should watch slash build while I watch, let me know in the comments below, because I have a lot of build ideas in my head that ultimately I don't know if they're gonna look really good in the end result. But as you can see here in the backyard, I traditionally wasn't gonna do like a courtyard at all in this build, but I want to be able to use the new items, of course. And so I decided to actually make a big giant, I guess, gazebo back patio, a bigger back patio, just because, I mean, it looks cool. So I added in a little skylight at the very top of this back patio here, and it looks really cool. And I kind of like what I did. And I don't know if I mentioned or not, but this entire build is just base game and the new kit. So if you have base game, you're good. If you have the new kit, great. If you don't have the new kit, the only thing you'll technically be missing is the doors, the windows, some of the furniture, like some of the plants maybe, but this entire build is mainly base game. So you shouldn't have an issue downloading. You might have to replace a few things here and there if you don't have the kit, but ultimately you'll be able to like live in this house easy peasy lemon squeezy. The bedrooms and the bathrooms are all base game. I didn't release any of the new items besides the plants. And I think that's all I can think of at the top of my head at this moment. But I definitely am very pleased on how well this turned out. I was very surprised by myself, to be honest, because normally I wouldn't really build a house this big, nor I would build on a 40 by 30 lot. Or like I would not move it to a 30 by 20 and move it to a 40 by 30. Like I don't necessarily do that a lot. I have a set lot size and I go with it and hope for the best. But no, I thought in my head that maybe the Sim or the Sim family that might live here can have a bigger house that they can call their own and live vicariously through the environment that they have. And in my save file, what I have right now is there is a family that is actually living here in Oasis Springs. However, here's the thing. Oasis Springs in my save file is quite interesting because it deals with a family that is connected to another family in another neighborhood. So you won't technically see those Sims. I might add them here and there into like the family like bin of when I release like the first part of my save file, but then when I release my next part of my save file, I will add them into their proper homes and everything, so it'll make sense. But the family is a family of four. There's the mom and the dad, and then there's a toddler, and then there's a pet named Scout or Scotch. scotch after the drink. I don't drink, but there is two parents. The mom is called Nyla Slay Wester. Actually, no. Now that I realize it, Slay Wester, there's a family in Willow Creek with the last name Slay Wester. Oh, I forgot about this. I forgot. It's been a long time since I've like looked at all the families that I have in my world for my save. And Slay Wester, the family, there's one in Willow Creek and then there's one in Oasis Springs. And they're all connected because one family is a single father with a toddler and a dog, and the other family is a married couple with a toddler and a dog. And personally, I find that really cool because when you see the family dynamics between the two, you'll understand why they are the way they are and how they kind of became to be. So ultimately, it's going to be really fun when I release the first part of my save file. I'm very excited for you all to see it, how it all has come together, the inspiration behind everything, especially with the families. I'm not going to add a bunch of families into all the houses just because I do want to have a way where you can have your own set families in some of the homes. So some of them might be ready to move in. Some of them might not be furnished at all. Some of them just might be fully furnished and you can just go with the flow however you want. There'll be like Mediterranean, mid-century modern homes. Like I have dedicated sections in my save file for different architectural types. One area where Johnny Zest lives is more like trailer homes and starter homes, and then where like the roomies live with like Jay Huntington III, which is the most longest name ever, and I don't know why he lives there because he sounds rich to me, and I'll make his family, of course, because like why not? But in that general area is more like mid-century modern type homes, and then the land grabs are like more mansion-y type builds, and then where the Calientes live are more so like kind of like subpar mansions, but they're not really mansions. Like they're like a half down, like a half step down from mansions, but they're like large homes, but have some family values to it. So I'm trying to keep it very standpoint-ish, if that makes sense, to the neighborhood, like the sub neighborhoods in the main neighborhood. Because if you look at the maps in the game already, you'll see like there are different icons set around in each of the neighborhoods with like, for instance, where the Calientes live, their sub neighborhood is called Skyward Palms, and it's an upscale gated community, which is what I'm kind of building around in that vibe. Offers its residents all warm, wild benefits of living in the desert along with luxury of endless green grass. And even though they do live in that area, I want to make sure it's still luxurious and looks cool and rich and vibey with all the green grass that it involves. And so that's what all the houses you'll see. Like I have to build one more house in that area, and then that sub area is done. And then I'll do the land grabs area which is called the Actuition butt or boots. I don't know, Actuition words. But the land grabs area, it kind of says residents of the Actuition butt are paying premium for the gorgeous rocky overlook and the sweet sound of solitude. And I'm going to try my best to remodel the land grabs house, like make it way better than it already is, and not make it modern, because modern is not my strongest suit, might I add. So I'm going to try and build a Mediterranean modern home. I have to look that up because I know it's a thing, but I don't know if it will look good. Because personally, Mediterranean is what I know, and Mediterranean is like kind of what I can do. Oh, wait, I looked it up. I just looked it up. There is actually Mediterranean modern homes. So I'm going to try my darn hardest to build one of those where the land grabs live. And the size of their lot is a 50 by 50. And that is a large lot. There's going to be a lot of a lot of things I'm going to definitely be doing with that house. I probably won't include the land grabs in my save file because they're not really they're not like they're kind of meh to me. But I might leave them in just for like to pick up storylines and other things. But you know, you'll have to see when the save file is fully completed or partly completed for the first part. And speaking of the save file, I really only have very, very little lots left to complete in each of the worlds. Like, how I build is very sporadic and spontaneous, where I'll build in one world and then I'll build another world and then another one and then another one. Like, it's all chaotic and crazy that I will have to make a newly save file, like freshly new, with no sims added anywhere, and just plop down all my builds and then just gradually add in the families where I want them to be placed, so it makes sense for the story that I'm trying to build for each of the sims. I'll have like set skills and set aspirations already set in place, relationships, jobs, all these different things that you necessarily won't have in the game head on. So your sims might be doing extra things that ultimately you might not see. And I wonder, because I know it's possible in The Sims 2 to do it, but I'm not sure that Sims 4. So look, here's my thing. I'm thinking of an idea where I have these set interactions already in place. Like, your sim is painting and I pause it where like they're almost done with the painting and I save the game and I don't go into it. Like, I wonder if that's a thing you can do in The Sims 4 for a save file. Because I know one of my sims were like going to the bathroom and they were still in the bathroom when I came back. So I wonder if that works. I'll test it out and see. I'll get back to you on that little, little thing. And if that happens, then all my plans will work with everything I'm trying to do. So I'm very, very pleased on the direction that the save file is going at this point. So since this house, back to the build basically, but since this build is for a family of 4 and a dog, I didn't necessarily add in any pet related things to this build because I had the intention of actually not putting in the save file, but more kind of testing out the new build and buy items from the new kit. And so when you see the save file, there will be some pet stuff in the build here and there, so it makes sense for the sim family. But on the gallery, it'll just be base game and the new kit. And I was having a very hard time trying to fit in all the new items in this build. I think I pretty much used every single item from the new kit besides one of the trees plants that we have. And as you can see, the banana large leaf plant that I added into that just corner over there had like a dark shadow to it because it's made for the outdoors, but it looks so good on the inside. So if you see like a weird shadow, just know, ignore it. It doesn't really need to be there anyway, but it looks really good and I like the plant a lot. I've used it a lot throughout this build. And I do hope eventually down the line we get more plants like that where they fit and I guess look very good on the outside and inside, because those plants have a lot of value when it comes to decorations, especially in the corner of your house, especially for family homes, I would personally believe. But yeah, there is only 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. I try to think of adding in a second bathroom, but it didn't really occur to me of doing that. So your sims are stuck with 1 bathroom. Good luck with that. I mean, you can squeeze in a second bathroom somewhere in this build, but I didn't think of that at the time. And since there's only, oh wait, never mind. I had to think for a second because when I was looking at this footage, I'm like, wait, what am I doing in this area? Because I couldn't think of anything. So it's more of like a multi-purpose room. You have your art easel, your guitar, your seating area. But I forgot that I did add in the living room where I thought the dining room was going to be. So your sims actually have a little living room near the kitchen. And since I did want to have like a Courtyard Oasis type of like build, I had thought, why not add in the dining room on the outside? So I added in a archway leading to the backyard to like the outdoor living space. So if you don't have seasons, your sims won't get rained on at all. They'll be fine on the outdoors. They'll be okay. But if you do have seasons and it rains, I think your sims will still be fine no matter what it would be. But I wanted to add in an outdoor seating area, of course. So that's outside, and there's a small little like seating area in the kitchen, but it's like only 2 seats and that's it. So, and then you also have like your 2 toddler high chairs in the kitchen. But I think I added in 1 toddler bed and then 1 regular kid teen bed, or a single sim bed made for child, and up. So this bedroom right here that I'm doing right now is fit for a toddler, but also a child or a teen or a young adult or an elder that might be living here. You can even have like a relative live here, like a elder relative, like sleep where the toddler is sleeping, or you can have them sleep next door. So this is made for at least like 6 Sims in total. So you have a toddler bed, child bed, and then I put it in a double bed in the bedroom next door, and then there's a double bed downstairs. So a total of 6 Sims, maybe a pet or two if you could squeeze in those pet beds and those pet bowls down the line, but ultimately 6 regular Sims, or technically 5 Sims and a toddler can live here. And I find it very spacious for it because I tend to build a lot of bedrooms for at least up to 7 Sims at least. But usually down the line, I always end up doing like 4 Sims in total because I think that's kind of a perfect size for a family home, for a growing family. And I do try to add in a lot of more space here and there for a room for expansion. And you know what's weird? Voiceovers are very hard. I remember back in the day when I used to do a lot of speed builds, and I still do actually nowadays, now I think about it. Back then, like I guess a year and a half ago or like 2 years ago, I used to ramble a lot, and I still do. Nothing has changed, but I noticed that I tend to talk a lot, and I never talk about the build. I mainly talk about the family and the backstory behind the Sims that might live here. And that being said, the Sims that will live here, of course, toddler and the 2 parents and the Slay Wester family is what I called them. And I don't have a set backstory for those Sims, but I will definitely talk more about them when the time comes to be for the announcement for the save file. But for these Sims that will live here, the names is Quentin Davis. He has the aspiration of nerd brain. He's a dance machine, gloomy, but he's also a bit of geeky. His wife is Nyla Slaywester. The child is Isaiah Jem Davis, and their dog is Scoot or Scotch. He's a Doberman Pinchester, and he has a green sweater on too, which is so nice. I really like his vibe. I like what he has, and the connected family is the other Slaywester in Willow Creek. I believe I had a speed build that I did a long time ago, but I didn't really necessarily know what I wanted for that house, so I didn't mention the other Slaywester family. But the ones in Willow Creek is Malachi Slaywester. He is a computer whiz, bookworm, slob, and he also is unflirty. No wonder the relation didn't work out. But his daughter is Michaela Slaywester, and she's lovable. And they have a dog, also a Doberman Pinchester named Oreo. And he looks like an Oreo too. And I find it very fun to have like a lot of family dynamics for other households. So I will definitely be making some families for these set houses that I already have set in mind. Like I'm currently building a new house right now that actually is one of the homes that are like the starter family homes that started the neighborhood of Willow Creek, and their last name is Dasher. So if you didn't see the gym that I built, the Dasher Fitness Center, their house that I'm building right now, not this one but the next one you'll probably see, is for the Dasher family, and I'll get more into their backstory of who they really are, and I might make a creative sim first and then I'll do the speed build after that. But ultimately, the save file is coming along very, very well. I'm very excited for you all to see what it looks like in the end result. And yeah, but either way, I hope you guys all enjoyed it as much as I did. Please let me know down in the comments below, as always, on what type of build should I do next time. And yeah, but anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys all in the very next video. Bye!